Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In my channel we are going to learn about UGC NET paper 2 code 55 complete course. Today in this video we are going to learn the unit 1 part 1 complete unit of UGC NET paper 2, which covers fields undertaken are human resource management, labor welfare, industrial relation, labor and social welfare, and personal management. Key feature of this video. Key features of this video was content based on syllabus, brief and effective notes, yearly understandable points, highlight important keywords, including previous year question for better understandings, and there was given a free downloading notes PDF link given in a description box. Then subscribe my channel for more videos. Unit 1 title was management theories and functions. Syllabus of unit 1, here we are having three topics: principle and practice of management, contributions of management thinker, and functions of management. For unit 1 we are going to see the node concept into two parts. In first part we are going to see the principles and practice of management, contribution of management thinker. In part 2 of unit 1 we will see the functions of management. First is development of management thoughts. Here we are going to see two authors. One is Robert Owen, another is Andrew Carnegie. In Robert Owen, he was in 1799. He is known as father of personal management. In the time employing children for 5 to 6 year old and working for 15 hours per day has been followed, but Owen disengaged himself, obtaining the poor children and lifted the minimum age of employing to 10 years and banned the beating of children on the work. Second is Andrew Carnegie. In 1865, he is an industrialist. And expert at reducing cost and upsurging profits, and also known for his utilizing resources efficiently. He also invested on cost-saving and time-saving technologies. He mainly known for his great profits at the empowering expense of his employees by paying their minimum wages and increasing working hours. Second is theories of management thoughts. Theories of management thoughts can be classified into three ways. First is classical theory, that was period into 1880s to 1920 period. Neoclassical theory was 1930s to 1950s period. Modern theory 1960s to present. Theories of management theory. Management school, there are three types: classical theory, neoclassical theory, and modern theory. For in classical theory there are three schools are there: scientific management school, bureaucratic management school, and management process school. In neoclassical theory there are two. First is human relational school and human behavior school. Next, third is modern theory. In modern theory there are four. In modern theory there are four schools are there. First is system approach school, decision theory school, quantitative approach school, and contingency approach school. We are going to see briefly. First is classical theory. Classical theory. The writers of the classical theory said that organization as a machine. The writers of classical theory said organization as a machine and worker as an integral part of a machine. There are four pedestals are there: division of labor, scalar and functional process, structure and span of control. There are three main schools are there. First is scientific management school, bureaucratic management school, management process school. In scientific management school, first is scientific management school. Scientific management school was developed by Frederick Winslow Taylor. He is known as father of scientific and principal manager. He says that a fair day's pay for a fair day's work, no more or no less. He also worked in time studies. For time studies, we have to first develop the idea of breaking down each jobs into component parts and timing each parts to determine the most efficient method of working. There are four core principles are there. First is one best way. Looking at each jobs or task scientifically to determine one best way to perform a job. This is a change from the previous rule of thumb method where workers devise their own ways to do their jobs. Second is hiring the right worker for each jobs and train them to work for maximum efficiently. Third is monitoring the worker performance and providing the necessary instructions and training as when required. The fourth is dividing the work between management and the labor, so the management can make planning and provide training so that the workers can execute the task effectively. F.W. Taylor published three books on 1909. He published a book named of Principles of Management. In 1903, he published a book named Shop Management. In 1911, a piece rate system. These are the books published by F.W. Taylor. Piece rate system. F.W. Taylor, Frederick Winslow Taylor was known as father of scientific management. Other contributors of scientific management studies are H.S. Pearson, Henri L. Gaint, Lillian Griffith and Frank Griffith, Harrington, Emerson and M.L. Coker. Next school is Bureaucratic Management School. Bureaucratic Management School was developed by Max Weber. He is an recognition and exercise of authority. Authority structure can be classified into three. First is charismatic authority. The charismatic leader authority is expected by virtue of some exceptional innate. Second is traditional authority. The authority which flows from generation to generation or heredity is called traditional authority. Third is bureaucratic authority. This authority which comes from the position in an organization is called bureaucratic authority. This authority contains a clearly defined set of rules, procedures and roles. Models of bureaucratic management schools are supervisor and subordinate. There is a clear separation between superior and subordinate. Second is competence and functional specialization. Division of labor based on competence and functional specialization. There is a clear difference between personal and functional official matters. System of rules, regulations and procedures. Hierarchy in position based on legal authority and power. Third school is management process school. It is a process of getting things done by people who work in an organization. There are 5 board functions are there: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. It help analyze of nature, purpose, structure, and fundamental process of an organization. It provides a conceptual framework which can be used for further research and development of management thoughts. There are main features of the management process schools are: management is a study of functions of management. The functions of manager are the same irrespective of the type of organization. The conceptual framework of management can be built through an analysis of the process of management and identifications of principles. The functions of management with planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling are the core of the management. Some of the other some concept and other contributions are there. PYQs. PYQs. Planning, organizing, coordinating, controlling by Henri Fayol. POSDC. Planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling by Knut and O'Donnell. POSDCORB. Planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting, and budgeting by Luther Gilk. DMOSPCCD by decision making, organizing, staffing, planning, controlling, communicating, and directing by Henri and Mayo. These are the some of concepts and their contributors. Next is neoclassical theory. Then the writers of neoclassical theories were focused on only behavior science, concerned with motivation, structure, and support of employees of an organization. It is to resolve the issue provided in a classical theory. There are 2 main schools are there: human relational school and human behavior school. First is human relational school. Human relational schools was developed by Elton Mayo in 1920. He is known as father of human resource movement. He is known as father of human resource movement. Father of human resource movement. It is very important. You should memorize this. Human resource. He is the father of human resource movement. He was investing. The Elton Mayo was investing how people relate and interact with a group or a team. It focused attentions on social factors at work, group, leadership, the informal organization, and the behavior of the people. Human relations school grew up from Hawthorne experiments. The Hawthorne experiment was experimented by 4 phases: an illumination study, implications of Hawthorne studies can be done in 4 phases. First is illumination study. Illumination study was November 1924. The mere practice of observing people behavior tends to alter their behavior. Hawthorne effect. Second phase is relay assembly test room study. 1927 to 1932 period. This research was done to analyze the relationship between workers and their supervisors are powerful. Human relationship or informal group increase the amount of quality of work participation in decision making. Third phase is done in 1928 to 1930 period. It demonstrated powerful influence of upward communication. Workers were asked for opinions, told they mattered, and positive attitude towards company increased. Bank waiting room observation study. From November 1931 to May 32 period, it lets future theories to account for the existence of informal communication. Taken together, these studies help to document the powerful nature of social relationship in the workplace and moved manager more towards an interpersonal aspects of organizing. Other contributions of human relations schools are Roe Etlisberger, William J. Jackson, Mary Pucker Follett, and Abraham Maslow. There are 7 principles of human relations schools are there: reward and social satisfaction, informal group, emotion, supervision, motivation, leadership and communication. The second school of neoclassical theory is human behavioral school. It is an application of methods and finding a psychology and sociology to the organization behavior. Mental reactions like emotions, feelings, aims, instincts, hope and desire. According to this school, performance of managerial activities in consideration of conduct or behavior of a working personnel in an effective and decent management. Other contributors of human behavioral schools are A. Maslow, Herzberg, M.C. Grieger, Kate Davis, Chris Argyris. The main feature of these schools are concept from psychology, sociology, human relation, interpersonal relationship, satisfaction of worker needs, etc. Second feature is management must study interpersonal relationship among peoples. Third is greater production and higher motivation can be achieved only by good human relation. Fourth feature is motivation, leadership, communication, participative management and group dynamics are the core of this school of thoughts. Third theory is modern theory. Third theory is modern theory. The writers of modern theories are emphasizes on man and machine, a direct relationship between morale and productivity. It started in 1960s to till present. There are 4 main schools are there in modern theory. First is system approach school, decision theory school, mathematical or quantitative approach school, contingency approach school. First is system approach school. System approach school. Father of system approach school is Ludwig von Butterfly. You have to remember that father of system approach school was Ludwig von Butterfly. Ludwig von Butterfly. He is the father of system approach school was Ludwig von Butterfly. System approach school, an organization as a organic and open system that includes the interaction and interdependency of parts called subsystems. There is a diagram which shows us how the system approach school was performed. Means input transformed through output. Then it sent output through goods and service as a feedback. Then feedback send raw materials, capital, technology and human resources. It is considered both general and specialized sorry it is considered both general and specialized system. General system approach means management concerned with formal communication. Specific management system means analysis of organization structure, information, planning and control mechanism and job design. There are some features of system approach schools are under. It is a system of set of interrelated and interdependent parts that are managed in manner that provides a united whole. Second feature is, rather than studying the different subsystems in separately, they should be studied together. Third feature is, there is an outer limit in an organizational system that decides the internal and external factors of the parts. Fourth, this system does not exist in vacuum. It receives information, materials and energy from other systems as inputs. These inputs undergo as a transformation process with the system and leaves the system as an output on other system. It is a dynamic. Fifth feature is, it is a dynamic system as it's and responsive to an environment of an organization. It is exposed to change in its environment. The father of system approach is Ludwig von Butterfly. Other contributors of system approach schools are Lawrence J. Henderson, Knit W. G. Scott, Daniel Gertz, Robert L. Hahn, W. Buckley, J. D. Thompson, Boulding, J. E. Rosenwig, Forrester and Churchman. Second school of modern theory is decision theory school. It focuses on decision making. Decision theory school focuses on decision making. It was developed by Herbert A. Simon. His work is, he published a book and named Administrative Behavior, a study of decision making process in administrative organization in 1948. He divided the concept in two parts. The concept of decision theory school can be divided into three parts. Decision being arrived at end, process of action. He said a theory of administration should be concerned with the process of decision making as well as the process of action. The main features of decision making approaches are rational thinking, process, selective, purposive, positive and commitment. Pioneers in the field of decision making were Herbert A. Simon. Other contributions of decision theory schools are Stephen Robbins, Chester Bernard, Forrester, Richard Creard, James March, R.M. Hogetz, Robert Schiffer. The third school of modern theory was quantitative approach school. It is also known as mathematical approach school. It uses mathematical models to solve the problems and analyze a mix of feasibility, constraint and the cost to enable management to take decision. It uses mathematical tools such as linear programming, quantitative theory, model building, PERT, CPM, games theory, probability sampling theory. Other contributors of mathematical approach school are L. Akoff, C.V. Churchman, Newman, Hicks, Joel Dean. Features of mathematical quantitative approaches are main focus on decision making. The final result of analyzing the problem will include direct implications for managerial actions. Second features are built on economic decision theory. It means cost, revenue and rates of return on investment are chosen for final actions. Third feature is using the mathematical models. It provides solution to the problems are specified as a mathematical equations and then analyzed according to the mathematical rules and formulas. Fourth features was using the computers. It uses computer for frequent usage of computers and their advanced processing capabilities. Fourth school of modern theory was contingency approach school. It is also known as situational approach school. It was developed by Ja Lawrence and Paul Lawrence. There is a no best way to manage. This school says thus, there is a no best way to manage. It depends on various situational factors like external environment, technology, so organizational characteristics, features of the manager and the subordinates. It focuses on applying principles and process of management as given by the unique characteristics of each situation. The contingency approach school was developed by Ja Lawrence and Paul Lawrence. Other contributors of contingency approach are John Woodward, Fred Fiedler, H.M. Carsley. These are the some of the features about contingency approach school. It tries to fill the gap between suggesting what should be done in the response to an event of an environment. Second feature is it provides an effective interrelationship between the variables in a situation and the managerial action device. Third feature is it develops skills in managers by analyzing the situation. Fourth is combination of mechanic and humanistic approaches in order to fit into a particular situation. There is a question, there is the MCQs to analyze the concept. Which theory is included in neoclassical theory? What bureaucratic is an classical theory, human relation theory is an neoclassical theory. Contingency, both contingency and contingency is an modern theory. Scientific management theory is an classical theory. So the question says this: which theory is included in neoclassical theory was human relation theories. These are all topics covered in theories of management thoughts. In description box there is a link, PDF link in which you can download the notes of an Unit 1 complete unit notes in PDF. Next topic is contributions of management thinker. There are 6 management thinkers are there: F.W. Taylor, Henri Fayol, Elton Mayo, Mary Packer Follett, Chester I. Burnett and Henry Mintzberg. And now we are going to see about each and every thinkers. First management thinker was F.W. Taylor, that is Frederick Winslow Taylor. He says about techniques of scientific management. First is functional foremanship. Taylor appointed 8 foremen, 4 at planning department and 4 at production department. In planning department, there are 4 foremen are there. First is route clerk, instruction card clerk, time and cost clerk, shop disciplinaire. At 4 at production departments are gang boss, speed boss, repair boss and inspector. There is a concept of scientific work study. Scientific work study. In scientific work study, there are four types of studies are there: time study, method study, motion study, and fatigue study. Differential piece wage plan can be classified into two ways: high salary, low salary. Standardized working conditions can be done in material, tools and machines, methods, mental revolutions, employee and workers, scientific selection of training of work, principles of scientific management, science not a rule of thumb, harmony not discord, cooperation not individualism, development of each and every person. Taylor developed 4 principles of scientific management, also known as Taylorism. Second management thinker was Henri Fayol. He is also known as father of modern and administrative management. He published a book named as General and Industrial Management in the year of 1916. He also described the 14 principles of management: division of work, authority and responsibility, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, alignment of interests, remuneration of employees, centralization, scalar chain, order, equity, stability of personnel, initiative, expeditory crops. He introduced the concept of scalar chain. Gangplank is the term used in concern with the scalar chain. Gangplank means it refers to an arrangement in which two managers working at the same levels can communicate with each other directly from quick communications. There are 6 activities are there. Fayol divided the activities of industrial undertaking 6 parts: technical, commercial, financial, security, accounting and managerial activities. Third management thinker was Elton Mayo. He is the father of human relation management. Contributed to develop of management thoughts by carrying out various experiments. The most famous of them are Hawthorne experiment. 4 phases of Hawthorne experiments are illumination experiment, relay assembly test room experiment, mass intervening program, bank rating, observation group. Mayo's motivation theory is there. There is a group cohesiveness and norms are there. Behavioral theory of management by Elton Mayo. There are some approaches: human relation approach, non-economic award, organization as a social system and social needs. Fourth management thinker was Mary Poker Follett. He also known as mother of modern management. She defined management as the art of getting things done through by others. She said, work life, a cooperation is better than an individual competition. It is also known as behavioral science approach. There are 7 elements are there. First is constructive conflict. Constructive conflict can be solved in 3 ways: dominance, comprehensive, integration. Second is coordination. There is the principles of coordinations are there: principle of early stages, principles of continuity process, principle of direct contact, principle of reciprocal relationship. Third element is power. Power over power with. Power over can be known as coercive. Power with can be known as coactive. Fourth element is control. Fifth is authority. Sixth, democracy. Seventh is leadership. Leadership can be done in 3 ways: leadership of position, leadership of personality, leadership of functions. Fifth management thinker was Chester I. Bernard. In 1938, he developed a social system approach. There is theory of organization. First is formal organization. He defined formal organization as a system of consciously coordinated activities or forces of 2 or more persons. There is a concept there are two concepts in formal organization. One is effectiveness and efficiency. Effectiveness, it is defined the usual way as being able to accomplish stated goals. Efficiency, defined efficiency of an organization as the degree to which that organization is able to satisfy the motives of an individual. Authority of formal organization, it is a character of communication or order in a formal organization, virtue of which it is accepted by a contributor to a member of the organization. Second theory of organization is informal organization. Three universal elements of an informal organization are communication, maintenance of cohesiveness, maintenance of feeling of personal integrity and self-respect. There is in social system approach, there is a functions of executives are there, values of leaders, purpose defined by leaders, cooperation requires communication, the executive must maintain organization. There is an acceptance theory of organization. The classical view that authority suffers from the top to bottom. In fact, he comes out with a new concept of authority named acceptance theory of authority or bottom-up authority. Sixth management thinker was Herbert A. Simon. A prominent management researcher conducted a research to find out what are really manager duties or responsibilities. There are 5 different types of organization: a consulting firm, a school, a technology firm, a common goods manufacturer, and a hospital. He identified 10 roles of managers played in an organization, which falls into 3 categories: interpersonal, informational, and decisional. In interpersonal, there are 3 managers roles are there, that is figurehead, leader, and liaison, which is used to provide information. In informational, there are 3 roles of managers: monitor, disseminator, and spokesperson, which is used to provide information. In decisional, there are 4 roles of manager: entrepreneur, disturbance handler, resource allocator, and negotiator, which is used to provide use information. It is a university question. Which of the following are the principles of coordination? There are only 4 principles of coordination given by Follett. That is principles of direct contact, principles of reciprocal relationship, principles of continuity, and principles of coordination at early stages. A option is incorrect. Thank you. These are all the topics covered in Unit 1, UGC NET Paper 2, Unit 1, Part 1 video. Thank you. The UGC NET Paper 1, Unit 1 course, UGC NET Paper 2 Code 55, Unit 1 notes, the PDF link is given in the description box. Please download and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you.